Want me to start out with a statement?
Go ahead and make an opening statement.
Okay. Thank you, everybody. I'm very proud to be here, represent Oregon State University, and very proud to have Jacquizz Rodgers with me, representing our team. So, we're looking forward to the season. I really have appreciated the work ethic of our team. I thought we had a good off season, a good spring practice. I think we've had a record number of guys working at our school in the summertime. We've got quite a few returning starters. I suppose that one of the big question marks that you will ask me about is we're making the transition at quarterback. We've been quarterbacked by Lyle Moyvow and Sean Canfield over the last 3 years, and whenever you do that, whenever you make the transition at that position, there's a lot of questions and a lot of mystery about it, but very excited about the ability of our players that are getting ready to play that position, and very excited about Ryan Katz, who will be our starter as we go into the season. He's got a big-time arm. He's got a good athletic ability, and he's had good preparation to make this hopefully a very smooth transition. We'll open it up for
We'll take questions.
Questions.
In the middle here.
This is for Jacquizz. How's it gonna? Hi. This is for Jacquizz. What is it going to be like to play in front of your family at Texas?
It's going to be a great deal to go back home and play in front of a lot of family and friends who haven't seen me play since high school. But as for me, my main focus is going down there and winning that first game to start Oregon State off on a good note.
In the back right.
Hi, Michelle Smith, AOL Fan House. Mike, can you talk a little bit about your New York experience the last couple days?
Well, this has been, my 8th year back at Oregon State, and I would have to say that it really feels like this year, with the way that we've kicked off this part of the season, this is kind of like an opening day for me for the last few years. It really feels like a new era. And a lot of aggressive dynamics going on here, a lot of positive thinking. I thought the trip was outstanding. I thought it was really well organized, and I thought our reception there was great. The press conferences were, very, very well attended, and I thought the experience at ESPN was very good for all of our Pac-10 teams in the Pac-10 conference. So I think that was, it's been a very positive start. And I think this new venue here is awesome. I don't know how you like sitting out there in the sun all the time, but for the rest of it, it's nice to have a new venue.
Middle on the left.
Hi, Coach. This is for both Coach and Jacquizz. Can you both talk a little bit about James Dockery? He was elected as one of the team captains on defense. Can you talk about what makes him a good leader? And also for Coach Riley, can you talk about James following the footsteps of people like Keenan Lewis and Brandon Hughes?
Okay. Quiz, you want to?
Yes. James Dockery is one of the vocal leaders on our team and leads by example also. He came off an injury a year ago and just came back hitting the field running. He had a great summer workout, and he led the young defensive backs and leading the defense as of now, and just doing a great job and give our team that extra playmaker we need.
And I think that to add a little bit to what Quiz said about that, I think he's right on about where James has come back from that injury and how hard he's worked. And I think because of that commitment that he's made, I think our team really recognized his dedication to our program through the years, and that's one of the reasons he was elected one of the captains. We actually picked 6 captains based on a very even vote, and I'm really proud of those guys. They're all going to be seniors, and they've impacted our program and are going to be great representatives of our team.
In the back right.
This question's for Coach Riley. You guys had some trouble generating pressure on quarterbacks last year, and you also lost Keaton Christic. What are you guys going to do to get more aggressive on defense this year?
Well, we lost two of our great sack leaders of all time from the year before, in Victor Butler and Slade Norris. So that transition there, was always kind of a process, and I think we had guys make progress through the year. I think that you'll see, very good pressure in the interior. We have a very good defensive tackle named Stephen Paea. That will be a big factor in the middle, and then a couple of guys on the edge, Taylor Henry and Gabe Miller, that have speed and athletic ability that I think without blitzing the quarterback all the time, amongst those guys we'll get some good heat on the quarterback.
Left side in the middle.
Jim McGill with the Bear Insider and the ESPN Network. Coach, you seem to do more with less every year, and I don't say less in a denigrating way. You bring in classes that are fairly unheralded recruiting-wise, but always seem to exceed expectations. Can you talk a little bit about the role the coaching staff plays in coaching up players? And Jacquizz, can you talk a little bit about how the players take the perception that the talent level might not be as high as some of the other schools? Do you have a chip on your shoulder to prove everybody wrong and that you guys are better than expectations?
Well, for the most part, our team, we develop players as they get older during the program, and I know every player who comes through the program gets better. You got guys around them that help them. You got good coaching staff that coach players on technique and just don't worry about like the winning aspects of football. They focus on the little things as technique and things that help you become a better football player.
I'd like to say that probably in adding a little bit to that is that we don't feel like we do more with less. We just think we do a good job of evaluating players, and we don't really care about the number of stars. I've said this before: the number of stars they have in recruiting coming in. We care about the number of stars they have coming out. Is our biggest factor, and I think that having time in a program, I really feel fortunate to have had now going 8 years into the program, and with two very important things, time and continuity of the teachers in our program. We've had very few staff changes, and I think that's really good for guys to develop, to have that consistent teaching all the time. I think that's what I've always had, that vision of having a program that is long-lasting, that has very consistent teaching, and that guys have the ability to feel comfortable in growing in the program.
On the right side in the back.
Mike, what's the update with Keith Pankey, and do you feel like that he's going to be good to go at the beginning of camp?
Ted, I'll let Quiz add to that, but I had a report yesterday on Keith that he was given the green light totally, and so that means he should be good to go. We'll obviously, as we get going, keep a real close eye on him early and probably really monitor how much work he gets in the first few practices just to see how he feels. But how has he looked out there working out, Quiz?
Well, Keith has came out during the end of our summer workouts and been doing a lot of cutting drills and running with the team. So I think he at the point where he can get better from there, but he can also start off fall camp.
Coach Riley.
On his left side.
This
Yes.
Bob Condotta at the Seattle Times.
Hi, Bob.
I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about Ryan Katz, just stylistically, maybe how he compares to any of the other quarterbacks you've had there, and then how he would compare in readiness to start playing compared to some of the other guys you've had there.
Well, I think that, first of all, just ability-wise, he's got a wonderful arm. I really like just watching him throw, being behind him, seeing him throw the ball. He can throw all the passes. And the other thing, I think he's got two things. One of them, I think he's pretty much unflappable. He's a tough guy, and I don't think he'll be, out of place or feel out of place at all, or be intimidated by anything. So then the next thing is he's had 2 years of experience in the program, though having not played much. He knows what we're doing, and he's got a feel for those kinds of things. So it's going to be a matter of him playing. The transition at that position always provides a mystery. It's always been a key component if you can make the transition well and how you're going to be. And we've got a lot of experience. Quiz and the guys are going to have to give Ryan a lot of support. But this kid's going to be a good quarterback, and we've also got some other guys behind him with good talent. So we're going to have to develop fast and hard and get going better than we have in the past few years. But I think Ryan will do fine.
Over here on the right, front row.
Mike, over
Hey.
here. Tom Fitzgerald, San Francisco Chronicle. Mike, a couple of things about Stephen Paea. How close was he to going to the NFL? What makes him such a stellar player? And lastly, have you seen his YouTube bench press workout?
Quiz probably saw it live, but Stephen did this thing with the NFL deal last year about coming out early, absolutely the right way. You know, he came to us. He wanted to go through the process with the NFL. He got his information and decided to stay in. So yeah, that part of it was well done. Stephen is a relatively inexperienced football player. He came from Tonga. While he was in high school, played a year of high school football, played 1 year of junior college football, and so he's only like into his, what would that be, his 6th year of football, 5th year of football this year. And so there's still a lot ahead of him. The thing that makes him a good player, you know, he is a tremendously hard worker to go with about as much explosiveness for a big man as I've ever seen. He's very, very strong, very explosive, very quick, and those components. And he's also a smart guy, you know, so he can learn what we're doing, understand it, and utilize our scheme to his abilities, I guess is the best way to put it. He's one of the best players at that position that we've ever had and that I've ever been able to coach.
Okay, we got time for one more question.
This is for Jacquizz.
far
Greg
right.
Katz from WeAreSC.com, network of ESPN. Your teams have come very close to winning it all, especially the last couple of years. What does your team need to do that has been missing in the past for you to overcome and end up in Pasadena on New Year's Day?
Well, for the most part, for the team, we're just going to take it one game at a time and just start this year off on a winning note and don't have a slow start. I think we can do it because a lot of guys bought into like staying in Corvallis for the summer, more guys than we ever had in the past years, and just getting that, just combining and just coming together during the summer workouts, working on timing and everything else. So I think it'll be a great year for us.
Okay, gentlemen, that'll do it. Thank you very much.
That's Oregon State coach Mike Riley and his super running back, Jacquizz Rodgers, who ran for over 1,000 yards again last year.